All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Friday afternoon, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you could hear me loud. Hopefully you could hear me clear. No echo, hopefully, and great to see, with that in mind, Dave, Andrea, Alex. Great to see Phil. I was just chatting with him a moment ago. Just for all of us here, hey, just let me know, folks. Leda, doing good, loud and clear from her. And all of our other members on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works, as I like to say, at Cyber Trading You, all of our other social media streams and platforms universally. YouTube, that's our main hub, though. So for any of our new attendees here joining us, just feel free to hit the follow or subscribe button, namely on YouTube. That's where we go live each and every week. And otherwise, that's where we host all of our main education videos. So with that said, hey, MNDR, this stock is making a nice little pop, but the order book is so thin. It's just got a bad spread. It's a new IPO, so that you could kind of accredit it to. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, hey, for this trade, does it hurt us to put it on our list? No, because this thing's flying up right now, breaking all-time highs. It's at a $5 price level, meaning $15 as a clear resistance here. So, that's where we might see this make lower highs and crash back down, mind you. But for right now, I'll kind of put it on our list, more of a show and tell type of stock. Rajan saying last stretch before Golf Heaven weekend. That's right, absolutely. I didn't put a few bets in for the Masters, so just for the top 10, not to like win the Masters in full, but I got a couple guys in the top 10 that I'm thinking about. But with that said, though, hey, this stock is doing pretty good. INDO was doing pretty good just up until before. So it goes to show, hey, not only do we short stocks and follow the market, SPY's been getting beat up all throughout the day, but it's also to say that there are going to be some stocks that make their own moves off their own accord. So INDO is also one of them. Had a couple others too, like the energy stocks, but this ended up popping up pretty nicely. I was saying dropping because I'll go into CLSK next there on the bottom right of my screen. But INDO, this energy company, ended up making a triple top right off of 360-ish, 365. Then from there it took off. But this one we're pretty familiar with, just back from probably gonna have to go back a number of days or a number of years at that. So 1 second here, I'll show you. Maybe they had a reverse stock split just in between too, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Back from even 2022, it was stock went from basically $10 up towards 90 in a matter of a week's time. So, when this ran back then, we ended up doing well on a couple of the other energy trades here. HUYA, namely, that was a nice trade from this morning as well, but also back then, right? Same type of reaction, same type of short-lived pop and drop move. What else? 9. This one was disappointing today. So, they're not all going to move together or perfectly. I took a small loss on it here as it was beginning to make a lower high. That shook me out. So, better that than to hold on. But the stock also made a pretty good push back for us. It was right here. Went from basically 2 or 150 even up towards 758. These are all day trades. They are not swing trades. It's certainly in this falling market right now. But I always have to kind of say that, right? We want to make sure that we're out of these trades not only by the end of the day, but once the momentum's sucked out of the trade, right? Once the foot's taken off the gas pedal at that, right? Now, with that said, let's talk about CLSK. Because CLSK yesterday, I took a pretty good long trade on this at $15, and it turned half my position into a swing. When the market opened up, it pulled back today, and I said, you know what? All right, I'm going to just take the rest of the money out, just profit at like 1530-ish or 1528. It was dragging back down. I try to give it some, chance there at my line, but then it pulled back. But now, at this point, I got back to my desk just a little while ago. I, step in and out every now and then. Went for a small run. It's nice out here in Florida, Southwest Florida. So, got back, and then next thing you know, not only was this well under 15, this is actually moving back up to this price. Well, hey, when a stock smashes below it as support, not only just today, not just looking at that today, but the reason I was so focused on 15 and like 1495 there, you could just see from the daily chart, right? So, hey, I thought it would make a bounce. We didn't get that better bounce. It pulled back down. Well, the more times it nips it and tests and cracks it, it's more bound to make that stronger move down, right? So this is not a swing trade for me. I'm not holding on to this thing over the weekend, that's for sure. So this is a day trade, at least now, CLSK. But we're going to put this on our list. It's a decent short. I could put Mara on our list here too with that in mind, just because although it's hard to borrow, Mara is honestly a lot weaker today compared to CLSK, at least earlier. Now it's breaking new lows right now. So there we go. I always get the question, do you short stocks? And the answer is, of course we do. Just, innately, I feel like all of us, regardless, I feel all of us kind of, grew up within the market with just normal buying and selling, buy low, sell high. But of course, we'll look to short, and it depends on the opportunity. Of course, today is a great day to do that. Coinbase getting beat up right now, too. I could put those three kind of in tandem on our list. Whenever there's a falling market or even a pretty, bullish market just going up, you want to focus on volatile sectors. So we have the crypto market. I know gold's been doing pretty good, so we'll look at gold coming up next, Grant. But hey, outside of like crypto and I guess we'll say gold, what other sectors do you find to be pretty volatile? For Grant, Barbara, Alex, Gary, what sectors do you find to be pretty volatile? What have we done well on of late? Of course, you could say the crypto stocks. We just went through them. Michael, Scott, there we go. The chip stocks. Yeah. Take a look at NVIDIA. It's kind of mosey on down, but breaking new lows as we speak. AMD is down over 4.5%. So this one actually I'm going to put on our list just because this is setting up for a pretty similar break of big support, much like CLSK. Two completely different companies, obviously, but AMD just on the way down to that like 161.50-ish area, not even 162. It's a little under it, 161.56 right there. So that'll be a strong support level to work off of. Margaret says the pot stocks. Now, unfortunately, the thing with the pot stocks, it's a great answer from Margaret. You just can't short them really. There's not much like room to get shares to short these stocks. I'm not going to try and force it when there's just steadier stocks on the way down. But it's a very good thought. It's the correct answer. Absolutely. It's a volatile sector that we've been following of late. Rajan saying biotech's been busy lately. Well, the biotech ETFs, was it Lab D, Lab U? Lab D, the bearish one on the way up. So, with UVXY, as I would get to that there in a bit, I could probably slip on the LABD to our list as well. Just, these are also other tickers that you could trade. When the markets are dropping, you'll get these inverse ETFs, LABD. UVXY looking pretty chippy here, not really moving as strong. So that's a good answer from Rajan right there. The biotech sector looking pretty steady, at least for the time being. Hello to Victor, any of our new trial members joining us here today and from this week. Otherwise, welcome aboard. It goes to show even in a falling market, it's not to say easy, but we are able to, pluck opportunities out within the market on the way up, on the way down. Can you show the top percent gainers and losers? Well, that's where we're getting to next. So wanted to do a little chit chat to begin, but this right here is like my custom built gainers list from my platform. It just shows exactly that, like percent change, the volume total on the day. So I'm going to go through this right now. The INDO to get back to this trade, this needs like a Hail Mary to have a pop back up again, really have some big iceberg join the bid, 50,000, 70,000. No, I don't think that we're getting that anytime soon. So keep going. And same to be said here, just because this is on the list already doesn't mean it's guaranteed to continue. It's at all-time highs, but 15 could be a psychological level to work off of there. Going to be tough to find stuff from the gainer side, like we had said, outside of those inverse ETFs. HUSA we spoke about earlier, ended up just pulling back. Oh man, that CLSK trade's looking pretty nice. Took half my trade out before I started, so shoulda, coulda, woulda. Wish I held on to the whole thing from the get-go, but take the money and run, right? Can't juggle everything at once. UVIX compared to UVXY, that's the better of the two. Because I think UVXY actually did a reverse stock split, right? This one didn't. There are different ETFs that are VIX related, but yeah, this one we're going to follow probably a little bit more now, UVIX compared to the two. All right, GL, nice trend back up. Nice trend back up. No need to be trading a stock on like a jumpy 10, 12, 15-cent spread. And if we are going to trade one, well, it's going to be a little bit cheaper, like the MNDR at least. It's at all-time highs at least there too. So Rent. This one also phenomenal pop yesterday. Even better move this morning. Got halted even a couple times going up, but it ended up breaking above the high that we had from yesterday, 24.20. Tried to flip it into support to move up higher, but like we always say, if it's not going to make that better move on the way up, once the foot's taken off the gas pedal, once the volume is sucked out of the trade, more prone to see it pull back. All right. I don't think we're going to find much else on the gainer side, and that's not me just being lazy. I'm just being serious there. Obviously, the markets are dumping off, so there's probably going to be some good shorts to work with, right? CLSK, Mara, Coinbase already, AMD. There we go. On the losers side now, I got my losers scan finally built on this platform now. Got to jump back to TradeStation 10. I got to probably do that on this weekend. Okay, so M Socks, is this the yeah, this is the pot one of the pot ETFs. So we had said before, very good answer from Margaret, I think it was. And it goes to show we're not going to like put it on our list, but this one's like one of the top percent losers. It's an ETF relating to the pot sector. Yeesh. All right. So we will definitely go through this with a fine tooth comb, but this IRBT, not a bad shout, just because this stock we have been following of late, kind of for a funny reason. I think that they came out with news, or like Apple even came out with news about them trying to do some at-home robot, like Will Smith iRobot. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But at the time, this was like last week, 2 weeks ago, IRBT had a nice little short squeeze because of that. Well, it came back down. Yeah, got clobbered today, and it looks a little exhausted. So that might be the only gripe I have on it. Might not really do as much, but it's an interesting chart. Good spread, shortable. I could slip it just on our list for now, and we'll see if there's anything else that looks better. That could be one to like maybe keep on your side list over time, if not just today. Maybe just keep in mind for next week. All right, so damn. Probably find a lot more just from our own side list, as we had said. Take a look at a stock like Palantir, PLTR, dropped off nicely. Tradable. AI. Though a few of us would say the AI sector when I was asking like what sectors. There was no wrong answer that anyone gave, but AI is also up there, and that's been dumping off of late here too. Let's see. Take a look at some of the airlines. The United will go through briefly. Pretty flat, not doing much of anything there. Cruise lines, not much to talk about on that one. All right, so hey, I think that we're pretty much just about good to go, folks. I'll check out Benzinga one last time, and again, if there's anything else looking good from your side of things, just let me know here. George saying SQQQ been running all day. Yes, that one also with like UVXY, UVIX, some students, depending on if they like the Qs or if they like the VIC, whatever it may be. Some lean towards SQQQ, some lean towards UVXY. And this one here, um, I'm going to lean towards this one, if anything, but otherwise, one or the other. There's no wrong, right? Because it goes inverse to the market. So, you assume if the S&P breaks lower, Dow breaks lower, Nasdaq breaks lower, all of these are going to look to push up. Victor says, learned something new today. I was taught and learned in the wrong way. Well, Victor, certainly there's a lot more to learn, my friend, and you've come to the right place. So, definitely going into next week, we'll continue the fun. We'll continue the education. We do a live workshop here every Tuesday morning. And then otherwise, just each and every day, there's new tidbits that you got to pick up or that you will pick up at that from, just myself, Fausto. He's a 35 plus year pro in the market. Of course, our students, George, Sam, Michael, Grant, Lita, Alex. So, uh, you know, welcome aboard to you and all of our new members joining us. Michael saying array at the low of the day. It is. That's a pretty good trade there, Mike. Pretty good trade. I like it. I like it. Just gonna go through one more time just to make sure I didn't like miss like a whole bunch of stocks that look like this, right? So this one easily we're gonna put on our watch list for now. See if there's anything else. From my side of things, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I got going for us here. Maybe run, sun run, Mike. Nah, it's not doing as well as Array. All right, I'll add Array there. Good shout from Michael D, one of our longtime students. Alex says, "Welcome. The water is fine." It definitely is, Alex. It's like a hot tub, right? It's like nice and warm in here. Don't worry. We got enough room for you as well. All right. So with that in mind, folks, hey, I'll be back in the mic in about 15, 20 minutes, 3:05 Eastern, the latest, and then we'll wrap things up. All right. So for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Once more at Cyber Trading U. Just hit the follow or subscribe button right there. Otherwise, enjoy the weekend. Hey, we'll catch you back on Monday, and best of luck trading going into the next 75 or so minutes here. Take care.